Good evening and welcome to the 2020 NCAA Woman of the Year program. I am so pleased to be your host for this event. This is a unique Woman of the Year celebration in many ways. It marks the first time the annual event is virtual and honors a group of women whose senior year was dramatically changed by the COVID-19 pandemic. This celebration is also unique because it marks the 30th year of the Woman of the Year award. The 30 women we honor tonight have achieved remarkable success in academics, athletics, community service, and leadership. I know you'll enjoy meeting them as much as I have. As we begin our celebration of these outstanding women, please welcome NCAA President Mark Emmert.
Welcome everyone to the 30th edition of the Woman of the Year Award ceremony. This year obviously is occurring virtually, and for that we're all disappointed because one of the highlights of the year is, in fact, getting together in a wonderful banquet hall with families and friends and leaders from college sports and sharing a great moment with these 30 incredible women. But I have to tell you, I'm excited also to see this new presentation format and to get to learn more about these students through this presentation that you're about to enjoy. And the part that doesn't change at all is the amazing, impressive performances of these 30 women. What they've achieved in the classroom and in their sport and in their communities is a perfect exemplar of what we all love about college sports. It makes us all feel amazingly proud. It must make you parents and family and friends unbelievably bursting with pride in the accomplishments of these women. It's truly a remarkable thing. And I hope that you 30 women have some appreciation for what you've really accomplished, the things that you've done in your collegiate careers, and the things that we know you're going to do going forward. It is just a special, special event for all of us in college sports. So congratulations, first of all, to the families, to the schools, to the coaches, and thank you for your roles in nurturing these amazing women. Thank you for being here and contributing to this event, and congratulations for everything that you've accomplished. You are blowing us all away with your achievements. And I'm especially pleased that this evening we have a very special MC in Rebecca Lobo, an amazing woman herself and someone that we all know from so many remarkable accomplishments on the court and off as well. So thank you, Rebecca, for joining us. And again, to all the honorees, congratulations on your amazing accomplishments.
Thank you, President Emmert. Tonight's top 30 honorees are an esteemed group. With a record 605 nominations for the 2020 award, you may be wondering how the honorees advanced to this point.
The NCAA Office of Inclusion is proud to partner with our colleagues in communication to support the membership for the Woman of the Year Award. And it's actually a process that lasts nearly 8 months. We open the award process in late winter, early spring, and we invite all of our schools, all 1,100 members, to nominate a Woman of the Year on their campus. And from those numbers, we then ask our conferences to nominate their top candidates. And this year we set a record with over 600 Woman of the Year nominees from schools. And then we had nearly 120 conference nominees that came in as well.
At that point, the process gets really, really hard because the NCAA subcommittee reads every single application, and they're all amazing applications. And from that, we have to narrow it down to the top 30. That's 10 from each division. From there, it goes to the top 9, which is 3 from each division. And then ultimately, the full NCAA Committee for Women's Athletics determines the overall winner. So it is extremely difficult. The women are very talented, and it gets down to just little details to determine who would represent that particular year.
The NCAA Woman of the Year Award is so important because it gives us an opportunity to celebrate the very best of our female student athletes. There are a number of awards that young people can win during their college careers. Sometimes you're the best student in a major. Sometimes you're the best player in your conference for a particular sport. But this award is national in scope, and it's one of the few that focuses on academics, service and leadership, and athletics. And so I think it makes it very special in that regard.
Specific to this award is we're not looking at just their athletic ability. We're not looking at just their academics, what their GPA is. We're looking at the entire person. So we're looking at the whole individual, the whole student athlete, and how they've contributed to our, as a student athlete, what have they done off the playing field? And so I think that's important too.
It's your 4-year experience and what you did cumulatively as a student athlete. And I also think that this award is unique in that it ensures that there's diverse representation, not only across the divisions, but minority, ethnic diversity, as well as international students.
One of my favorite quotes from President Emmert is that he talks about the NCAA being in the human development business. And there is no better example of showing that than this particular award, and the ways that these young women are so well-rounded and are accomplishing so much in many areas. And it shows us that athletics is part of an overall higher education experience, that it complements that experience and it helps our young people to grow and reach their potential.
In sports, a lot of times your coach might tell you to visualize an experience. Imagine you're winning this, or imagine you're making a shot. And so visualization is really important. So seeing other people who look like you succeeding gives you the idea that maybe I can do it too. So I think that showing these women and celebrating the accomplishments, that I can be a biology major who also is an All-American, who is involved in my student athlete advisory committee. I see there are people who are doing that and they're succeeding and they're making it happen, so I can do that too. I would just like to say congratulations to the 2020 NCAA Woman of the Year honorees. I've had the pleasure of reading all of your applications, of seeing all the wonderful things that you're doing, and know that you are deserving of this honor. So please enjoy the evening, celebrate your success, and again, congratulations.
But I look forward to seeing how you progress throughout your career. I hope you had it's too bad that we couldn't do this in person, but just know that doesn't make it any less important, or that we don't appreciate what you've done in your 4 years. So thank you, and congratulations.
Woman of the Year honorees, congratulations. I'm humbled to be in your presence. I'm inspired by all that you have accomplished. And when I think about the future, I have great hope knowing that you are our future leaders. Thank you for all that you've done. Thank you for all that you will do. And tonight we celebrate you.
Thank you to all the NCAA members who made this evening possible. Your hard work and commitment to honoring these remarkable women is deeply appreciated. During a recent kickoff to this year's Woman of the Year festivities, tonight's honorees were invited to gather virtually to hear from NCAA Managing Director Amy Wilson about the history of this award and Title IX. President Emmert joined the kickoff as a surprise guest. During the kickoff, the honorees also got to know each other. Now it's your turn to meet all of our exceptional honorees. Representing Arizona State University, Charlotte Louise Ahrens. Representing the Ivy League and University of Pennsylvania, Nia Akins. Representing the New England Women's and Men's Athletic Conference and Massachusetts Institute of Technology, Emily Berzola. Representing the Great Lakes Intercollegiate Athletic Conference and Grand Valley State University, Cassidy Bench. From the Sunshine State Conference and Florida Southern College, Addison Cantor. Representing the Lone Star Conference and Lubbock Christian University, Maddie Chitsey Chrysler. Representing the Middle Atlantic Conferences and Stevens Institute of Technology, Gina Della Russo. Representing the Southeastern Conference and Texas A&M University College Station, Raina Eldridge. From the Atlantic Coast Conference and University of Miami, Florida, Brittany Ellis. From the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference and Florida A&M University, Alalie Figueroa. Representing the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference and Spring Hill College, Allie Fowler. Representing the Big 12 Conference and University of Texas at Austin, Allison Gibson. From the Old Dominion Athletic Conference and Washington and Lee University, Emily Hedgebeck. Representing the Mountain East Conference and West Virginia State University, Kirsten Hensley. From the Southern Collegiate Athletic Conference and Texas Lutheran University, Deanna Hernandez. From the California Collegiate Athletic Association and California State University, San Marcos, Jamie Jacob. Representing the Capital Athletic Conference at Salisbury University, Arielle Johnston. From the American Athletic Conference and University of Memphis, Stacia Mallon. Representing the South Atlantic Conference and Tusculum University, Annie McCullough. From the Central Intercollegiate Athletic Association and Claflin University, Faith Mackey. Representing the American Rivers Conference and Loras College, Audrey Miller. Representing the Centennial Conference and Swarthmore College, Emma Morgan Bennett. From the Liberty League and Vassar College, Sophie Nick. From Conference USA and Rice University, Erica Ogwumike. Representing the Pac-12 Conference and Oregon State University, Michaela Pivick. Representing the Great Northeast Athletic Conference and Emmanuel College, Massachusetts, Yuleska Ramirez Tejeda. From the Southeastern Conference and University of Kentucky, Asia Sight. Representing the Northern Collegiate Hockey Association and the College of St. Scholastica, Lexi Tomacek. From the National Intercollegiate Rugby Association and Westchester University of Pennsylvania, Jua Toe. And representing the Northeast 10 Conference and Southern New Hampshire University, Laura Vanderdorn. Congratulations to the 2020 NCAA Women of the Year honorees. Tonight's honorees reached the pinnacle of athletic success, but to them, sports were more than competition. For these women, sports were a critical part of their journey that helped shape them as people. In recent weeks, our honorees reflected on their unforgettable college experiences and wrote a letter to their sport.
Thank you for the ups and downs and everything in between. Thank you for allowing me to learn how to fail, so my victories were so much greater.
Choosing to forge a relationship with you was without a doubt the best decision I ever made.
You taught me maturity and sportsmanship. You taught me responsibility and organization.
As time has passed, I now realize the great impact that you have had on my life. No matter what life threw my way, I could count on you.
You gave a little girl the chance to dream every day about who she could become, and for that, I'll forever be in debt.
I have always loved the way you allow me to express my creativity, challenge me to take chances, create opportunities for me to compete like a warrior, and push me to strive to become better with each passing day.
I grew with you throughout all the mistakes made and achievements earned. You are my escape and my enjoyment.
You have taught me to believe in myself and work to make my dreams come true. Even when failures occurred, you taught me that the only way to move forward was to continue trying.
I imagine a fine line exists between comfort and discomfort that few are willing to cross because it's taxing on the mind. Well, we cross this line for fun, and we do it because we know it's making us more than just better athletes. It's making us better people.
If you win each individual day, then you will eventually win at life.
Always strive to be 1% better than you were the day before.
Victories turned into confidence and losses turned into lessons. Together we have literally endured blood, sweat, and tears, but I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Thank you for showing me what extreme joy feels like and teaching me lessons that have prepared me for life outside of the field.
You pushed me to my physical, emotional, and mental breaking points, but it bonded me with the people I now consider family.
When I was on the field, everything else faded away except playing the game I love alongside teammates who became my family.
You never let up even after a long day of classes or a hard week of exams. You consistently challenged me to work harder and smarter and taught me that no matter how hard a practice or race was, it was an opportunity to learn.
You gave me the opportunity to lead, encourage, and support my team just as they had done for me.
You showed me how to function as part of a bigger whole and work as a team toward a common goal, even if that meant setting my own interests aside.
You taught me it was okay to be a strong female leader in the world of sports. Finding my self-confidence through you has allowed me to thrive in so many other aspects.
You are my escape from worries and stress and my stage where I can truly be me.
Thank you for showing me what it was like to compete on a team surrounded by a countless number of inspirational women and to make me realize that I am a part of something greater.
You gave me the self-confidence to raise my voice, to stand up for my own opinions and learn values and develop traits for my life journey.
You awoke within me a passion to engage athletics to be more inclusive and more equitable.
In my best and worst moments, you taught me humility. Your impact has been an integral part in helping me become the woman that I am today, and has influenced my relationships, my mindset, and my identity.
You affected every part of my life. Every coach and player and experience you brought me to has left an impact and a mark on my being that I cannot deny.
In many unexpected ways, you have made me more resilient, more determined, and have prepared me for my future better than anything else could.
As I walk away from college sports and into the professional world, I hope to pay it forward by upholding the values and culture you've etched in me in all avenues of my life.
You put me in a position to encourage those around me to chase their dreams and never doubt their abilities.
All of this, our time together, has molded me into the woman I am today. So, in a way, you are still a part of me, and for that I am forever thankful.
To you, I am more than enough exactly the way I am. And to me, that is the most beautiful part of our time together.
It's not the destination we grow from, but the journey. And you have certainly been a journey.
Thank you to all the honorees for sharing your moving experiences with us. The full letter of each honoree may be viewed on ncaa.org/WOTY. We've met all the outstanding top 30 honorees, and soon we'll learn more about each of our 9 finalists. But first, let's hear what they say about being a 2020 Woman of the Year honoree.
Being a NCAA Woman of the Year finalist means everything to me. It's unexpected and very shocking.
The dedication that I've put into my studies, my sport, an active member of the community has paid off, and just to remember that whatever you do, work hard and good things are gonna come.
I've seen how much they mean to the people that have supported me along my journey, and my family and my friends and my coaches. And so to see them get excited and just, I don't know, to me that means a lot.
To be considered even a finalist is truly incredible. You look at the field of girls that are finalists, and it's truly incredible that they could do everything that they've done.
It's an incredible honor that I in no way was expecting, but to see that my work has meaning and to see that it's being recognized by a larger community, and specifically one that I came to kind of unexpectedly, is just an incredible gift.
As a woman, getting to play a sport and be a leader and do community service and just do all the great things and just get all the awesome opportunities. I think this is just the most important and special to me because of all of the attributes that it highlights, I guess.
Being named NCAA Woman of the Year finalist is a tremendous success, but also an unbelievable honor for me and also this school, Arizona State University.
Yes, at the end of my 4 years, I wanted to be able to ask myself, was I a good teammate? Was I a good person? Did I leave an impact, or did I leave like an emotional connection with this team? Was it a good one? Was it a bad one? Was it something that they're gonna remember? Am I gonna make those friendships? And I think having this nomination kind of let me realize that I was proud of myself. I did it.
More than just my performance on the court. It was how can I use basketball to impact as many people as possible throughout my time there, because if you just focus on yourself and you personally, it's not as much fun and you're missing out on a huge part of the student athlete experience.
For 30 years, this award has brought together groups of impressive women who share the distinction of being the best and brightest in college sports. Congratulations again to all of this year's honorees. Your achievements are remarkable, and they inspire us. Now it's time to meet our finalists. From Arizona State with a degree in supply chain management, Charlotte Louise Ahrens.
Hi, I'm Charlotte Ahrens. I went to Arizona State University and I did triathlon there, and I just graduated this May with a degree in supply chain management. College sports provide me so many opportunities I can't even think of. First of all, meeting amazing people, amazing network in the United States. I got to know an entire new culture, which I've never dreamed of before. And also now just having this knowledge about what is the world like, and I really know who I am now, and I'm very thankful for that. The best thing I experienced the last 4 years at Arizona State University were definitely the 3 national championships we had in Tempe, our home turf, and 2 of them I was able to compete with, and these experiences I will never forget. Swimming in Tempe Town Lake, where we always spike over every single day, this was very magical for me. The experience as a student athlete definitely taught me to be a leader, not just in the classroom or in sports, but also seeing other people if they struggle or not, and pushing them up and being aware of the social aspect that is in our society very important. And listening is much as important as talking. So I personally learned definitely to listen more and to talk less and having each other's back.
Please welcome Charlotte Ahrens. I had an opportunity to chat with Charlotte and each of the other finalists ahead of tonight's show. Let's hear what I learned from Charlotte. You and your program prioritize National Girls and Women's in Sports Day. Why was that project so important to you?
Every year, it was only one day every year, but it was always very remarkable. So in my opinion, it gives you already the youth from 5 to 15 around the kids were, and it gives already them the chance to see these different sports, but also seeing the team spirit and actually living this is what the opportunities are through college sports. And for me, making kids seeing the shine in their eyes and having these experiences and seeing how happy they were and laughing and just the fun of the movements make me very happy to see what opportunities they have later on. And just giving them, showing that there's an equality between guys and girls in the sports, and seeing that a girl can be an awesome basketball player, and that made me very happy, and was a very enjoyable time every year.
Well, Charlotte, thank you so much for spending time with us, and enjoy the rest of your evening. It's a fun time tonight, and congratulations.
Thank you, Rebecca. Nice meeting you.
Our next finalist from Lubbock Christian with a degree in exercise sports science with an emphasis in health promotion, Maddie Chitsey Chrysler.
My name is Maddie Chitsey Chrysler. I played basketball at Lubbock Christian University, and my major was exercise sports science. I really enjoy taking care of people. My love language is acts of service, and so I really enjoy just being around people and getting to take care of them and just getting to love on people and interact with people that I probably wouldn't run into just day to day. My major was sports science with an emphasis in health promotion, and I chose this because I wanted to go to nursing school. I graduated with that, and then I will start nursing school in January. Playing basketball in college was one of the most influential and awesome things that could have happened to me. The opportunities that it gave me were to travel and to see things that I have never got to see before, and just to be with my coaching staff and my teammates at LCU really influenced me in a positive way. My greatest achievement in college was just being able to be successful academically and on the court. And basketball has taught me how to have a good relationship with your teammates on and off the court. I really feel like that can carry over into your professional life as well. The scholarship that I received meant everything. Just being able to get a great education at a great school and just get to do the thing I love as well. It was the perfect fit for me and for my family.
Now joining us, Maddie Chitsey Chrysler. How did playing college basketball help you develop as a leader?
I think for me, it was just learning how to lead by example. You know, you can say all these things and, use words to motivate people, but I think the thing that people see the most is how you lead by example. And, that was a big thing for me, seeing my teammates before me do it. So I just feel like that's super important. And, second, I believe in servant leadership, and I know our organization does and our team did at LCU. So I really enjoyed, just being able to do the little things for others. And I think all of us did. It's just leading by example and just being a servant to others and, just doing everything you can for the people around you.
All right, Maddie, well, thank you. And we hope you will continue to lead as you go forth in the next chapter of your life. Thank you, and have a great time tonight.
Thank you.
Our next finalist from Texas Lutheran with a degree in biochemistry, Deanna Hernandez.
Hi, my name is Deanna Hernandez. I went to Texas Lutheran where I played softball and I majored in biochemistry. Growing up, I was around a bunch of science. My dad's an engineer and I wanted to do something different. I didn't want to exactly be an engineer, but I wanted to do something in medicine because I just love that aspect of the medical field and just like how they help people. And so I majored in biochemistry, and that is more of the very technical aspect of how the body works in terms of chemical basis and biological basis. But currently I'm working as a medical assistant in a dermatology clinic. The game of softball is almost a game of failure on the plate because a .3 batting average is considered good. So you're failing 7 out of 10 times. So it's definitely, you have to learn how to fail. And I feel like that is one of my biggest lessons. The opportunity that softball gave me was to be able to have people to lean on and to kind of carry me throughout those tough times. I don't think that feeling of being a national championship person or having a national championship under our belt kind of hit until we walked into campus and there's no students there, but the entire faculty and staff, some professors, so our president, everybody was there. And it was so weird that they were there because it's summer and we just thought we were going to come home to kind of, okay, everybody get in your car and like leave, which is such a surreal feeling. Like we just did all of that to amount to going home. Like, so when we walked into that campus and we saw all those people there cheering for us and the president got involved and they did all the decorations, I feel like that moment really hit. I feel like that moment was the moment that we realized what we did.
Say hello to Deanna Hernandez. Deanna, how has being a softball collegiate athlete helped you grow as a person?
Oh man, I feel like having had the experiences I did while playing the sport definitely kind of developed into who I am today. It's definitely the reason why I am the way I am. I've learned so many valuable life lessons like perseverance, determination, having a little bit of grit, being able to get through those hard times. And I think my most important life lesson I've learned is kind of learning how to fail. I think that's definitely something that was a little bit more difficult for me because I knew that I wasn't going to be perfect all the time. And it definitely transferred over to the real world, like knowing that everything's not going to go my way
all the time, because having had that experience and learning how to deal with those failures in more of a controlled environment and taking it to like real life, like it's okay, like whatever happens, like I'm gonna get through it. We just have to figure out how to get through it, and that's definitely something I took with me from my sport, and that's something I'm definitely applying to clinic experience, because taking notes as a medical assistant is not always the easiest. In terms of making sure all the content is on there. And sometimes I might make a little bit of mistakes, but like learning from those mistakes and learning how to fail and learning how to kind of never do it again and be better next time is definitely something that I will never forget.
Well, Deanna, thank you. You've obviously learned how to have a lot of success as well. So congratulations, and have a great time tonight.
Thank you.
We've heard the honorees talk about serving their communities. Two of the pillars of the Woman of the Year award are community service and leadership. The top 30 honorees have collectively volunteered nearly 15,000 hours. While many awards honor achievements in athletics and academics, the emphasis on community service and leadership makes this award unique. Before we meet our next three finalists, let's hear why these honorees value community service.
Community service to me it's more than just the feeling that you get when you do something good for someone else. It's an opportunity to just be that light in someone's life and to have a positive impact on the community around you.
My most memorable service project at school was working the homecoming football games with FAMU's Army ROTC Rattler Battalion. It's great knowing that we were serving the university with the cannon and push-up detail.
Being successful women, we have been taught and molded by a community, by a village. And as the beneficiaries of that village, I think it's only right that we give back to our communities in the best way we can.
I really found it humbling and also honorable to be able to try to uplift kids, children, underrepresented minorities that look like me.
I find community service a really big part of being a student athlete, because through community service, I was able to give back to the community that has given so much to me over the years.
Community service is important to me because it's something I can do with my time that can eventually have a big impact on someone's life.
And decided to start a nonprofit jewelry business called Charitable Designs and donate all of the profits to Lakeland Volunteers in Medicine.
My most memorable service project will have to be going to horse school for the deaf, where we got to interact with kids and learn some sign language. It was awesome to see them smiling simply for being there.
There's an opportunity to step away from your own life and gain a new perspective. You can start to understand the challenges, obstacles, and successes of your neighbors and hopefully make someone's life a little better.
As athletes, we have such a prominent image in our community, and through community service, we're able to use that image for good.
Me and a group of fellow athletes went to Costa Rica. We got to help out these communities by supplying shoes for these kids from really poor areas, and we would go and we would wash their feet and put the shoes on their feet, and seeing the joy in their faces was so incredible.
Seeing an impact that I can have on other people, whether it just be making somebody's day brighter or stocking a food pantry, I find just a little bit of help always goes a long ways.
Be the reason someone smiles one day, the reason someone's day was just a little bit easier. Be the reason a little girl in my community who looks like me believes that she can do great things when she grows up.
We are truly role models, not only on campus, but within our cities, towns, and communities that our universities are placed in. So to be able to give back in that way is truly remarkable.
To me, community service is nursing. It's not just a profession, it's a mindset and a lifestyle. It's about showing people that you care about them.
Just watching their face light up whenever you get done with a project that there's no way they could have done on their own is one of the best feelings.
My favorite service activity was the youth softball camp that my team hosted for local softball players. And we got to spend the day teaching girls how to play our position.
Community service is really important to me because it's an extension of the teamwork skills that we as athletes have spent our whole lives perfecting.
To me, community service is really a way for me to give back and open up those opportunities to others.
Community service is a way to follow my passions, and oftentimes I learn as much from these younger students as they learn from me.
The fact that we were able to have fun and also have an impact on these people's lives made me realize that that's something I want to be a part of, and I will continue doing community service for the rest of my life.
Thank you to all the honorees for making a difference in the lives of so many. Now let's meet our next group of finalists. From Salisbury, with a degree in community health, Arielle, Johnston.
My name is Arielle Johnston. I played field hockey at Salisbury University, where I studied community health. Community health allowed me to explore the broad scope of health, not just the individual and personal factors. It looks at like how an environment in a community also affects an individual's health and their family and what they're exposed to. The area that I grew up in is a low-income community, and there isn't the same access to like strength and conditioning programs or whatever. So for me, if I hadn't played field hockey in college, I never would have had the exposure to strength and conditioning and the mentorship as well as the guidance. The best part of my field hockey experience is for sure the relationships I have with the coaches and how they impacted me and have inspired me to want to now impact the next generation. So I really want to give back to my community. What I want to do, combining what I know of community health and what I'm learning in strength and conditioning, is give these young individuals an opportunity to break down the barriers and the disparities that they face. And so to use strength and conditioning as an avenue for them to pursue higher education and opportunities they wouldn't normally have. Every aspect of my life was impacted by my experience at SU. Well, one of the most memorable experiences I've had volunteering was through Reaction Tour. It's an organization that works to empower young people through the avenue of sports, music, dance, leadership, various different avenues. In 2019, I got to go to Uganda with them and help coach soccer. I was afforded the opportunity to do that, and in that experience, I realized how much it is I love the mentoring aspect and the one-on-one relationship building with young people.
Please welcome Arielle Johnston. Meet you.
It's great to meet you.
I actually played field hockey in high school.
First of all, I was like so excited that when I saw that you were the MC, I thought that was so cool. And second, I was like, I wanted to look up and I saw that you did that. And I was like, that is awesome. She played that. I played basketball in high school.
Did you?
Yeah.
How many years?
What do you say?
How many years?
All four.
All four?
Yep.
Awesome.
One.
I loved playing field hockey. I loved it. I thought it was just so much fun. And it was like, I'm 6'4", and it would be funny because my mom would be on the sidelines. And so like I got high sticking called on me all the time. And my mom would say, base it on her shoulders, not on theirs, as the stick was going up.
That's funny.
Arielle, you did so much in your college career. What does being a role model mean to you?
I care a lot about the younger generation. And so I also care a lot about making sure that if I tell someone to do something, I'm also doing it myself, So being a role model, I put that on my shoulders. Like, if you're going to expect it from someone else, you have to first expect it from yourself. And so it means a lot to me. I try to take that a little bit more serious than, I don't know if everyone takes it serious. I feel like everyone should and does, but I try to. So,
well, congratulations. Enjoy your evening.
Thank you.
Our next finalist from Tusculum with a degree in chemistry with a concentration in mathematics and solar energy research, Annie McCullough.
Hi, my name is Annie McCullough. I went to Tusculum University where I played tennis and I majored in chemistry. One of the best things about being a student athlete, especially for me, being on a team that is filled with a lot of international students, I know I've made so many friends for life, and being able to come to America, seeing a new culture, just meeting a lot of new people and having so many experiences that I would never get. I'm just so grateful for all the opportunities that I've been given here. Through tennis, I've learned hard work, dedication, discipline, time management, all those skills that without them I wouldn't be as successful in the classroom. Currently, I am actually pursuing my master's in business administration. After I finish that, I plan to use my undergraduate degree to pursue a PhD in chemistry. Currently, we have moved on to focus on cancer research, and we are trying to develop new anti-cancer drugs that are activated by light. If it wasn't for this opportunity of gaining a scholarship and coming to the United States, I'm just grateful for the way that collegiate athletics works and gives a lot of people the opportunities to continue playing their sport and get a degree who otherwise may not have. One of the most memorable community service projects that I still get to work on is being a student tutor. It's my favorite because seeing how my help has helped other people and When they come to me after an exam and they say, I did so well and I appreciate your help so much and I couldn't do it without you, it just means so much. My student athlete experience has taught me that stepping out of your comfort zone and using your voice and finding your voice helps you grow into a better person and ultimately a better leader. And what you do and how you act and what you say helps you set an example and other people look up to you. That way I think it's the best way to be a leader.
Joining us is Annie McCullough. You achieved All-American status with your twin sister, which is a goal you set out to achieve together. What did that mean to you?
So it means the absolute world to me. Caitlin and I have been playing doubles with each other since we were probably younger than 10. So we've only played with each other. We both went to separate colleges our freshman years. So Caitlin transferred to Tusculum the next year, so in our sophomore year, and we would have just conversations being like, oh, imagine if we could become All-Americans with one another. And each year we slowly progressed up the rankings and we finally achieved it in the fall of our senior years. And it's just amazing because Caitlin is my best friend and the bond that we've been able to build with each other over the years, just to see how hard we worked and how much we've grown into the people and the players that we are now. It's just something that we're going to take with us for the rest of our lives.
Well, Annie, thank you so much and enjoy tonight.
Thank you.
Our next finalist, from Swarthmore, with a degree in medical anthropology, Emma Morgan Bennett.
Hi everyone, my name is Emma Morgan Bennett. I just graduated from Swarthmore College where I played volleyball, and I also studied medical anthropology and graduated with honors. I studied and fell in love with medical anthropology as a field that explores health and particularly access to public health and what we can be doing better to make healthcare more equitable. My graduate thesis was about the maternal mortality crisis occurring in the United States. Black women are 4 to 5 times more likely to die than white women in pregnancy and childbirth. My most memorable community service is that I was able to be present for some babies being born. I have been trained and working as a doula for these last 2 years. So a doula is a trained person who supports pregnant women through the spectrum of pregnancy. Volleyball was actually essential and very central for maintaining and finding balance in my life. It was the most single-focused and really just joyful experience of my day every day to be able to go into the gym and to have laughter and fun with my teammates. I do think that I really learned what different styles of leadership looks like, and that maybe my role isn't to be captain, but it is essential in the formation of my team. And one of my greatest interpersonal moments as a student athlete was the culminating event that I graduated on, titled Beyond the Field. And it was about race, politics, and athletics, and how athletes are fighting for growth in the right direction.
Say hello to Emma Morgan Bennett. Tell us about the Beyond the Field event you hosted at college and how that came to be.
So the Beyond the Field event was really my culminating senior year event. So I played volleyball for all 4 years. And in my sophomore year, in response to President Trump's tweets about Colin Kaepernick, I actually decided to start kneeling in solidarity with Kaepernick for my sophomore season. And my teammate and I did that in isolation, but then it actually became a really unifying movement for my entire team and opened a larger conversation for my entire school as well. And so we really, from that sophomore year through the entirety of my collegiate career, we really began to unpack what does it mean to look at athletics as a channel and a way of engaging politically, engaging socially, engaging in our communities, and using the platform that we have as athletes to really make a change in our communities locally and beyond. And so in response to that, we pitched a grant and were so thrilled when we suddenly won this grant that enabled us to stage a teach-in, essentially, which is called Beyond the Field. And we were talking about, we brought Malcolm Jenkins who was then playing with the Philadelphia Eagles, to come and talk to us, as well as really put a spotlight on our own student athletes to engage and talk about the various levels that you as a student athlete, as an athlete, can be a positive force for change. And I think that was really exciting, especially from a D3 platform, to say that all of us have a role to play, from a D3 athlete to a D1 athlete to an Olympic athlete to like Malcolm Jenkins as a professional athlete. You know, like all of us have our own channels, and there's no singular way of participating. The only way is to be participating, essentially. And that was a really exciting and very sentimental kind of tying up the loose ends of my own collegiate career. So I was very happy and to take part in that.
Well, you're a remarkable young woman. Congratulations on everything, including tonight. Over the last couple weeks, each of the finalists took over the NCAA Instagram account for a day. Here are some highlights from their days.
My name is Juatel, and I am a former rugby player at Westchester University. I currently go to grad school at UNC Greensboro, and I'm so excited to take you through my day.
Follow along for today to see what my life looks like now. We got an 8 a.m. class, so let's make some coffee and let's get going.
So I'm spending my morning doing some research, and I just wanted to show you guys. This is one of the labs that we have that is solely for the cancer research that we are doing to develop new anti-cancer drugs.
So I'm ready to go, but before I do, I wanted to show that I brought my teammates and my Elite 8 trophy with me, because no matter how far I go, they're always close to my heart and I miss them. So hi guys, if you're watching. Wow.
It's a bike ride specifically, but lots of people from all over do it. This year we went completely virtual, and here is some of like the shirts that they got this year.
Welcome to our locker room. Here are some of our jerseys and some of our trophies.
Hi guys, my name is Maddie Chrysler. I attended Lubbock Christian University, where I played basketball and majored in exercise sports science.
Thanks for following along today from Spain. We got a game tomorrow, so it's time for me to get some sleep. Adios y buenos noches.
Thanks to all the finalists for showing us what a day in their lives is like. Now we'll meet the rest of our finalists. From Oregon State with a degree in biohealth sciences, Michaela Pivick.
My name is Michaela Pivick. I went to Oregon State University, where I played women's basketball, and my major was biohealth sciences. For me, it's always been important to be more than an athlete. Along with a group of two other individuals, one undergraduate student named Amanda Tran, as well as a professor at Oregon State named Siu Sun Wong. We created a group called Selfless Servings, and we marketed and advertised what we wanted to do in terms of noticing that with COVID, there's extra stress placed on healthcare workers, and then due to the pandemic, local restaurants have been struggling. So we tried to find a way to help alleviate both of those issues. Ended up raising over $11,000 to provide meals from local restaurants to local healthcare teams, hospitals, nurses. And I also started with one of my basketball teammates, Destiny Slocum. We started a community service club called Beeves Care, which stands for Corvallis Athletes Reaching Everyone. And so our goal with that was to bring people together across teams to get involved in the community. We had teams doing a lot of different stuff individually, and wanted to get teams together, working together, and making impact locally here in Corvallis. My mindset shifted from, okay, how do I win games? How do I be the best basketball player ever? To more than just my performance on the court. It was, how can I use basketball to impact as many people as possible throughout my time there? Because if you just focus on yourself and you personally, it's not as much fun, and you're missing out on a huge part of the student athlete experience.
Joining us is Michaela Pivick. Michaela, you co-created two service organizations while at Oregon State, Beeves Care and Selfless Servings. Tell us what inspired you to help create those and why they're so important to you.
Yeah, so the first one, Beeves Care, Destiny Slocum, a former Oregon State teammate of mine, we created Beeves Care, which stands for Corvallis Athletes Reaching Everyone. And we brainstormed about that name, finally stumbled on something we thought was kind of cool, creative. And our mindset behind it was a lot of the teams at Oregon State, the sports teams, would do community service solo. They do it individually with their own teams. And so we wanted to find a way to bring teams together in community service, and instead of having a mindset where it's kind of like a drag to go to community service, have it be something they enjoyed going to, something they look forward to, and kind of change the atmosphere behind doing community service. So we did usually about one event a term. We did like baking cookies for the homeless shelters. We baked scones. We had like a really cool carnival-like day where we got a whole bunch of prizes from a donor from Costco, from candy, gift cards, and we had a bunch of carnival games. And the kids would, we had a whole bunch of kids at a Boys and Girls Club. And so we had student athletes run these different carnival games where it'd be like making basketball shots or like bowling. And each of the games, they would earn beaver bucks. And then they would be able to spend those beaver bucks at the prize booth. So that was like one of my favorite Beeves Care events. But also selfless servings kind of emerged out of a class project, as well as just kind of timing with how our season ended. So our season ended in March after we found out the NCAA tournament had been canceled. And so at that point I was like, wow, my eligibility is done. That's it for me basketball wise at Oregon State. But what can I still do to help make an impact here with all this extra time? So I had a class with a professor named Siu-Sun Wong. And in that class during winter term, we looked at physician burnout. And as COVID started to become more prevalent in the United States, we were like, this is even bigger need. We saw physician burnout before COVID, and now as COVID is emerging even at a greater scale, that even more stress is being placed on those physicians. So we, Siu-Sun Wong, that professor, along with me and an undergraduate student, we created Selfless Servings, launched a GoFundMe page, did some fundraising around Corvallis, and we were able to raise over $11,000, which was really cool to see the community given that way and want to support. So we had a whole bunch of volunteers in and around Corvallis that wanted to be a part of it. And so we had, we would coordinate the meals, our team would coordinate the meals, where they're picking it up from, what time, and then have those volunteers deliver the meals from the local restaurants to physicians. So we wanted to feed them and also support local business in the process. I think those are all important to me because I've always wanted to be more than an athlete, and to be able to use that platform as a student athlete to the best of my ability was something that I always wanted to do.
Yeah, well, truly remarkable, especially stepping up in a time where people really needed it. Congratulations on tonight, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Hey, thank you, Rebecca. Have a good one, and go Beavs.
Our next finalist from Kentucky with a degree in kinesiology, exercise science, Asia Sight.
My name is Asia Sight, and I swam at the University of Kentucky, and I majored in kinesiology. One of my big philosophies is lead by example, and I try to do that through mentoring and through being a leader in athletics over the past 4 years. When I was voted team captain my senior year, I think that was one of the biggest honors I could have ever received, and it was so fun leading a team and helping a team. I would say my biggest piece of advice for any females in athletics would just be to not have a fear of doing things that have never been done before. Just to push those opinions aside and believe in yourself and have confidence in who you are and the things that you can accomplish. And if you want to do it, chase after those dreams. Being a student athlete really allows you to thrive in the academic setting. The time management skills is something that I use to this day in graduate program. Without swimming, I don't think I would be as successful as I was in the classroom. I am using my kinesiology major to go to physical therapy school. I'm in my first semester at the University of Kentucky, and hopefully within the next 3 years I actually get to start a practice. My greatest achievement as a student athlete was gaining the honor of being Miss Wildcat for the University of Kentucky. It's one of the biggest honors that the program has. And so to receive that meant so much to me because it's more than just swimming and academics. It's more of a whole person and what they envision the student athlete to be. The most impactful service projects that I've done was with Big Brother, Big Sister program. Actually, I'm a mentor to a 10-year-old girl in Lexington, and I really can't even put into words like what it's done for me. I know it's done a lot for her in terms of just having a buddy to call or text if she needs anything. Diving yourself into the community and the people around you, you learn so many things and you get to experience so much that you wouldn't be able to do if you just, stayed in your little bubble.
Please welcome Asia Sight. What does your relationship with the young girl you mentor through Big Brothers, Big Sisters mean to you?
Oh my gosh, it means so much to me. Being a big sister, we like to call ourselves defenders. And so that means just being a defender of a child's potential. So knowing that every child that you interact with has potential in the future to do something great. And I think that's what I love about it. When I was a kid, I wish I had a mentor to turn to just about anything. And I think that's what my mentee does. She turns to me for help with school or even like help with the drama and like friends and stuff. So it's pretty cool to impact her life, but she does so much more for me. I don't really have like experiences with younger kids just because, I'm in a college town with college students. And so getting to hang out with a 10-year-old and, kids just are kids. They're awesome. And they don't really care too much about certain aspects. Whereas like I'm very high strung and she like calms me down. So she does so much for me. And it's such a rewarding experience just to be able to be in the Big Brother, Big Sister program.
Well, awesome. Thank you for continuing to give of yourself, and congratulations on tonight, and enjoy the rest of the evening.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Finally, from Westchester with a degree in psychology, Jua Toe.
Hi, my name is Jua Toe, and I played rugby at Westchester University, where I majored in psychology. I chose to study psychology because I love being around and helping people. Currently, I'm at the University of North Carolina, Greensboro, studying sport and exercise psychology with a concentration in applied sports psychology. So I'm using my psychology degree to help me get into the athletic community. And hopefully by the end of my master's degree, I will be a certified mental performance consultant, which is what I'm currently working towards. Rugby has given me the chance to be involved in a lot of opportunities. I was able to attend USA Rugby camps. I was also able to start for a women's club team that ended up going to nationals. It also has connected me with people all around the world. My best experience playing rugby as a student athlete was definitely in fall 2019, having an undefeated season and winning our team's first national championship together with some of my best friends on the field and having the best coaches in the world. One of my biggest lessons that I learned in rugby was definitely having to go through my first 2 years of feeling like I didn't belong or that I was catching up to everybody who had played rugby longer. But I came to realize that you are always where you're meant to be, and rugby found me when it was meant to find me. And so I've taken that into life and grad school, that even if I get a no for an opportunity or anything that comes my way, like a rejection doesn't necessarily mean like you aren't fit for this or that's not meant for you. It just means like maybe another time, and that everything that's meant for you will come find you and you'll make your way to where you're supposed to be eventually.
Please welcome Jua Toe. What is the Abbey Society, and what are some of the things you got to experience while being a member of that organization?
So the Abbey Society is an all-woman student organization on campus at Westchester that is fully focused on service with the aspects of our 3 pillars of friendship, leadership, and character. So to join the group, you have to be nominated by the circle. So in my time at Westchester, I was kind of surrounded by service, just kind of it's very natural to me just to help around and find different events to volunteer at. So the honors program has a foundation in service. So I was doing service my freshman and sophomore year, and I guess people were either watching and noticed and recognized. So then I was then nominated my junior year. And then I went through the process and then was accepted as a sister. And so I always had done service, but with the Abbey Society, they gave you even more opportunities to do weekly service with the same organizations. So I always talk about one of my favorite weekly services is with the Westchester Senior Center. And every morning at 7:45 on Wednesdays and Fridays, we would go make breakfast for senior citizens. And then they would have their little free meal. And then the adult workers in the kitchen got to bond. So that was really one of my favorite parts of my last 2 years at Westchester was the weekly service and being able to go back to some of the same locations and build that connection, because some volunteer opportunities sometimes are they're for a special holiday or they're a one-time thing. But I think one of my favorite parts of the Abbey Society is the fact that we go to these organizations and we go to these communities and find these families that we work with every single week, every single month, every single year. And that just builds a meaningful connection. And some of the adult workers are some of my greatest friends now. And we still talk to this day. And I even found that one of the adult workers also played rugby in Westchester, and he played with my coach. So it's kind of this crazy thing that rugby is just always somewhere and can connect people in places that you don't think you're going to be connecting that well with people.
Well, Jua, thank you so much. Have a great night tonight, and please continue with all the service work that you're doing.
Thank you so much. Have a great night.
Thank you to all our finalists and honorees for inspiring us. These extraordinary women have joined an impressive legacy of Woman of the Year awardees over the past 30 years. When the first Woman of the Year, Mary Beth Riley, was named in 1991, there were fewer than 100,000 female student athletes in NCAA sports. Now, they number well over 200,000. In 1991, there were fewer than 6,000 women's college teams. Now, more than 10,000. And the number of women's championship sports has grown from 15 to 21. You've also heard tonight about two NCAA emerging sports represented by this year's finalists, triathlon and rugby. Those emerging sports and others are working toward NCAA championship status and are providing additional opportunities for women to participate in college sports. Before we announce the 2020 Woman of the Year, let's look back at what this award has meant to so many past recipients. You might see someone you recognize.
When I was named NCAA Woman of the Year, the first feeling that went through my body was complete shock, because the other women that were nominated were and are truly phenomenal and inspiring women, and I just couldn't believe that somehow I was chosen out of those 30 women. But now in retrospect, it was definitely the biggest honor that I've ever received. It meant so much to me that all of the hard work, sacrifice, perseverance, everything that I had done in my collegiate years was being rewarded on such a big stage. And even beyond that, it meant a lot to me to be able to showcase Nebraska on that stage.
So often when you're a college athlete, people see what you do when you're on the court or on the field and when you're competing, but they aren't aware of the things that you do in the classroom or the things that you do in the community. So anytime you get recognized for those other things that in a lot of ways make up so much more of who you are than just the athletic side of you, it's always an honor. So when I won the award in 1995, I felt that it was something I was really proud of, because it recognized the things that I was able to do outside of the basketball.
NCAA Woman of the Year in 2003 was an honor because it broadened the scope of this highlight on women's athletics to include Division III for the first time. The NCAA Woman of the Year award highlights the incredible contributions that so many female athletes are making on their college campuses, on their teams, and their communities day in and day out.
So when I think of the Woman of the Year, I think the first word that comes to mind is dedicated. Then some other things that I would think is smart, athletic, just all around talented, but also knowing that that person worked really hard to get where they are. I think that the biggest thing is how much time and effort somebody puts into their work. Talent can only get you so far. So I think that dedication and hard work, and just overall awesome person.
Well, I think in order to be a Woman of the Year, certainly, you've accomplished something in your collegiate career. And I think the only way you accomplish something is through an intense inner strength. And that's why I think of strength. And I combine that with, what I would call fierceness. And also, I think to persevere in a collegiate career requires a certain level of confidence.
Congratulations, 2020 NCAA Woman of the Year honorees.
Congratulations to all of this year's honorees. Maybe 25 years from now, we'll turn around and dust off your award and, taking people around the house, show them what you were able to do years and years ago. It's a pretty cool thing. Congratulations, guys.
Congratulations to the 2020 Women of the Year honorees.
The NCAA Woman of the Year Award is unique in recognizing excellence across academics, athletics, community service, and leadership. On behalf of the NCAA, it is my pleasure to announce the 2020 Woman of the Year Award. Asia Sight. Congratulations, Asia.
Look how far we've come. We can't stop now, we won't stop till we've won. Oh, everything we love is on the line, and there's nothing left for us to do but shine, 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 shine.
Congratulations. Now let's hear from our 2020 Woman of the Year.
First, I would just like to congratulate all the girls. The 9 finalists, it's absolutely incredible to see what you girls have done. I can't wait to see the things that you do in the future. Second, I'd like to thank the female athletes that have paved the road for us. I think it's absolutely incredible just to see what they could do and what they were able to do for us. And I hope this just inspires all other female athletes to see what we can accomplish and to pave our way for, the younger female athletes in sports. And then lastly, I would just like to thank the people in my life that have gotten me to where I am today. I think I could spend hours on here thanking each individual person, but most importantly, I just want to thank our athletic director, Mitch Barnhart, my coaches, Lars Jorgensen. He's been absolutely incredible. Just I can't even put into words, but just like putting so much confidence into myself, and that allowed me to get where I am today. And then my teammates, they always had my back, and I'm so fortunate enough to have the past 4 years with them. And thank you so much to the NCAA for this award. It means the world to me, so thank you.
Congratulations again to our 2020 NCAA Woman of the Year. As we close out tonight's program, we salute all the honorees and finalists on their amazing accomplishments and many achievements ahead. Be well, stay safe. Thank you, and good night.
One